reconnecting anyway. I know. Hi, friends. Let's see if this live chat. Remember to guard your privacy when live chat is on. Okay, sure. Hi, guys. This is an experiment. We're going to try to go up there to the Vista House. I'm going to try to swap the... Hey, how you doing, Alan? I'm going to try to swap it so you guys can see. Hello, friends. Do you think the do you think this is Columbia River Gorge? I hope that the microphone is actually working. So, stupid Target truck, can you please get ahead of this, please? I need to show the Vista House. Go, go, go. Sorry, I'm telling my driver at C-Pro, get ahead of this truck. Because I need to film the thing that's up there on the hill. It's cool. Mark of Oregon, it's called the Vista House. And that's where we should be going. It's that up there. So, it snowed. I hope you guys can hear me all right. It snowed. And I'm hoping that some of the waterfalls just kind of look cool. If it's still below freezing, they don't freeze solid, of course. You can hear me? Okay. Do you hear like a tap sound? Tap, tap, tap. Hey, you cat. Okay, I'm going to do this. Sorry if I made anybody sick. This is just gorgeous. And there's a frozen waterfall right there. So, Vista House up on the ridge. And you can, oh, you think it is? I mean, like a tap? Cool, cool, cool. It never worked before. So, okay. Let's see if I can put it in the holder. All right. Hope this is not making anybody sick. It's kind of off kilter. Now, C-Probe is driving. Everybody clap your hands for C-Probe. He's awesome. I'm really damn sick. Can you still hear me? So I just have to get out of the house. I've been mostly in bed for a month, and I just got to get out of the house. And yes, this is Oregon. We're driving east on I-84, which is the Oregon Trail, basically. And a multitude of horsetail. One that starts with an L. It'll come to me in a little bit. But they just dot the whole area. So we're going to try to get up on, hey, Rated, and welcome all you friends. I'm so glad to be with you. I wanted to do updates on my health and stuff, but today I'm just going to enjoy things. We're going to do a health thing later. But thank you, everybody who's kept me alive and donated, because I've been real ill. And seen a surgeon, but the surgeon said we're back to square one. So I expected to have surgery by now, but we're gonna have to figure this out. I could see the old Columbia River Gorge highway is what's up on the hill to the right, and it was for Model Ts and such. We're talking like grand opening with Teddy Roosevelt, and then they blasted it shut literally and destroyed tunnels and everything. I'm gonna show you the river. Sorry if this makes you ill. Hey, there's C-Probe. So that's the Columbia River. Yeah, I've wanted to do this so many times, and I've just gotten absolutely exhausted. Like I sweep my floor and get exhausted. I have anemia right now from some minor internal bleeding, but I've had this bleeding since the early October, so I don't have a lot of red blood cells right now. Go ahead and take this exit. There you go. All right. So this is Bridal Veil, which is a ghost town. Long story on that one. But if you go to ghosttowns.com, I wrote the Bridal Veil entry, if you want to say that. It used to be a big lumber town, one of the oldest in Oregon, but when they were about to preserve it for a museum, some stupid go ahead and turn right. Let's go to the post office. I'm going to show you the smallest post office in America, guys. It's the only surviving building of this ghost town. Yes, spontaneous cat. And hey, I think what I'll do is this is a very collectible hand stamp for this. Sorry about the glare. For this post office, and if people want, anybody who's donated, I will send you a postcard from a thank you postcard from this America's smallest post office, one of the world's smallest post offices. Now, it used to be a sprawling mill complex here in a thriving town, but it was from the 1800s, and just when they were going to preserve it for history, let me put the camera back on. This stupid SC probe, isn't he awesome? He's been helping take care of me as well as my mom. Sorry, I don't look great. But oh boy, is it gorgeous here. So the Trust for Public Land got a hold of the property and decided to return it to nature. And so they lit a match, and like Oregon's best preserve, very early 1800s, sprawling mill complex, complete with flumes and everything. They just lit a match to it, and it did not return to nature. They let it overgrow with weeds, and it just became a giant parking lot where transients happen, hang out, and there's graffiti and there's condoms and that kind of stuff. It's down there, down this road, and heroin needles everywhere, and the trees are dying because the blackberries are strangling them, and so is English ivy. So I was not very happy, and bitterly wrote that article. The entire Crown Point Historical Society and the entire community here doesn't have a lot of prospects, because once they closed the old Columbia River Highway, there was like no tourism here. So it would have been amazing. I mean, this could have been where people come from around the world to see a working 1800s mill in complete entirety. And school children could have learned a lot about history here, but they lit a match to it. The only building that survived is this. Smallest post offices. Come on, switch cameras. There it is. So I don't think it's open. Yeah, Monday. Oh, it's not open right now. But this is the tool shed for the mill. And the waterfall is, well, that road's not going to be what we're driving on today. But there's an upper and lower part of the falls. So if we can get onto the Columbia River, the old Columbia River Highway, which has been restored, because that's Oregon for you. Let's spend millions of dollars to build a highway, a turn-of-the-century highway, one of the most gorgeous ever constructed. And then in the 60s or whatever, let's dynamite everything and destroy it. And then in the 90s, let's rebuild it, spending millions and millions of dollars each time. So it's not complete. The horrible wildfire that was started by reckless arson, which was called what was it called? Was 2017? I think, no, it was after Paradise. Just completed restored the Ononeta Tunnel. I can never pronounce that correctly. Besides, I like low red blood cell count right now on oxygen. Sorry, I had to unplug it. So, sorry, I was babbling about here. Winter Wonderland, isn't it nice? So they had just completed restoring the tunnel with a whole bunch. It was like for Model Ts and stuff. You can look that up online. The Ononeta Tunnel. I don't know how to say this. And restored that to the tune of millions of dollars, when this reckless arson thing, it was a kid throwing smoke bombs off of a bridge onto hikers below, trying to scare them. And the smoke bomb, of course, started a fire, which blazed and threatened Troutdale, Corbett, Cascade Locks, and even Portland. East Portland got nervous because in the Columbia River Gorge, they had, it's routine to have 100-mile-an-hour winds. It's like windsurfing capital of the world. So I'm going to show you this post office. And then we better hurry, because that daylight is, we're losing daylight. So yeah, exactly. Prevent wildfires. We almost lost the Multnomah Falls. So here's a special story about this place. Not only is it one of the world's smallest post offices. Oh wow, there's old photos up there, and I can't really shield enough. One day we'll come here. It's all hand stamped. I know, like, and that's really rare. So if you get an actual postcard or anything like that with a hand stamp on it, it's collectible. I mean, people will go on eBay for any of these things and collect them. There's only a couple places in America that still does hand stamping. Look, there's a little library. How cute. Altar of Bones. Okay. Encountering God. Glory and Death. This is like depression book stuff here. Okay. Wow, it's cold. Should have brought my coat out here. Hey, look, Sea Probe's an adventurer. Look at him. Hey, Irvin. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody who's able to make it. Man, we've got to get back in the car to get back up there to see the waterfalls before daylight. Okay, so it says United States Post Office, Bridal Veil. Oh, wow, and there's even a bathroom. They locked it. What's the point of that? It has satellite? Oh. Anyway, all right, well, we should probably go. But yeah, here's one of the lava rocks. This is all Columbia River basalt. And if you're a geology freak, you're going to love this entire region. Nick Zentner, blah, 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 shout out. Okay, let's get back to the car. All right, ready? Let's go. All right. Okay, friends, let's go. I don't even know if this is working, but it's keeping my head warm, so we're gonna go with it. All right. Oh, this is really slushy. Gotta pound my shoes. Okay, one last shot of it. Hey, there we go. Let's go! Oh my gosh, is he headed for the bathroom? Well, that's the bathroom of Forlorn Hope. It's locked. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. So Big Dog wants to go on an adventure too, and I'm so sorry we couldn't pick him up. He's the opposite direction, and this was a spur of the moment thing. Hey, okay. But we plan to go into the mountains, like Detroit Lake area. But there's been blizzards, and so remember, guys, in the pumpkin patch, I was like, "Give me money, and I'll go somewhere." It's dead because you're amazing. But the weather has been awful, just absolutely awful. Is that your husband? It's one of them. I've got a harem. I just can't remember this one's name. Just kidding. Okay. So we're going to try to get up on the Columbia River Highway and go up to Bridal Veil. Did you navigate that? Okay, Sea Probe. Sea Probe lit. Yeah. Hey, Kaguya. Hey, what's up? You want to be one of my husbands? I'm collecting one. I need a few wives too, though, to cook and clean.
Wait a minute, guys can
cook and clean.
Think of all the famous chefs.
Famous chefs. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you guys will have to all cook for me, and I'll just decide. I'll be the judge of this. Okay. This seems like the camera's a bit zoomed in. This is the Galaxy S22 now. Here, press that button. It'll put on all-wheel drive. You see the lock button on the far left? Yeah, when we're in the snow, do that. But as soon as we get out of the snow, you don't want that on. Okay, friends, can you still hear me okay? All right. So do you know how to navigate up to it? To Vista House? So Vista House... Hey, Cheryl. Hey, welcome. Guys, sorry this is spontaneous. A very long story. But well, I'm trying to stay positive. I'll have a health update stream later. So you can hear me now? Cool. Okay. I hope this microphone thing is working out. So we're on the Oregon side. If you want to go in the Columbia, you choose the Oregon or the Washington side. There's very few bridges, period. And the next bridge is at Cascade Locks called the Bridge of the Gods. So I want us to go up to at least one waterfall here. You can hear you. Cool. You can hear me. Awesome. Because we're going to eventually try to get to Cascade Locks and go over the Bridge of the Gods. And there's a Native American story about that. But it's just basically a girder, kind of a bridge, you know, like a steel frame one. But the Native Americans have this really long cultural memory of a massive prehistoric earthquake that happened, probably related to Mount Hood or Mount Adams. And okay, we're ushering somebody to pass us because we're very slow right now. There was an earthquake that dammed the entire river. And the Columbia backed up for a bit and then it broke through. But for a while, you could walk across the Columbia on an earthen dam. And they dated this, and this was an old Native American legend. It's actually like 9,000 years ago. So people's oral, history can be pretty incredible. Hey, big dog, I'm sorry you're not here. We will definitely take you on one of the next ones we can do. Maybe pick up other people in this area. Oh wow, this is so pretty. I'm so glad we came. This is the golden hour too. We've got about an hour of daylight left. So we're now facing west. Well, of course you can see because of the sunset. And this is it says Oregon Scenic Byway is what that sign says. If I lose you guys, we'll go back down to the main highway, to resume. So don't worry about this. This is my yeah, and yeah, it is stunning beauty. It's amazing. Try the wipers, please. It's gonna smear for a second, but then hopefully it'll dry off. Okay, there we go. The Vista House. Everything I tried to do right after you guys had advice for where to go. And if you give me money, I'll go more places. Thank you, everybody who's donated. I wanted to go to the zoo to go and see the pumpkin squish by the elephants, and they had already done it before I even went live at the pumpkin patch. So they did it like October 20th. So that was out. Then I decided we'd go to Johnston Ridge Observatory because I've never been to Mount St. Helens, even though I know like everything about it. Like a super fan, I'm a big David Johnston fan. Rest in peace. And then as soon as I made plans to go there, they closed it because they had the first snow. This is actually a house to the left. It's a bed and breakfast, and I think it was the Bridal Veil Lumber Company's executive house. So yeah, up here to the left somewhere is going to be the waterfall any minute now. So night falls early in a canyon. Okay, I'm going to show you to the right. This is Washington, and you could probably see the river at least a little bit now. Latourell Falls, that's it. Latourell is the other ghost town here. Wow, there's a nice house right there. If anybody is a Twilight fan, the movie Twilight there was like this, I know Twilight, but not that many films are filmed in Portland. And they had a dinner scene and a dance, and that was filmed up here too. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Oh wow, there's like a barn down there. Okay, never mind. It'll make you sick for me to tilt over and look at it. I'm gonna do it anyway. See that? It's really cool. So there's remnants of the ghost towns. It was all lumber for the most part. There was amazing old growth here. I may lose signal or something, but as soon as we're at Vista House, I'm sure we get it back. Look at that, guys. They hand cut the rock to make this highway. This is what, 1916 stuff here? Teddy Roosevelt cut the ribbon, I believe, and this is all volcanic. Now, there was an ancient house at Vista House that was like a place where presidents dined and such, but it fell apart. Now this is one of those scenic, amazing places in the world. I'm gonna show you this because, sorry if you get car sick. Wow. This is Shepherd's Dell, and that's Shepherd's Dell Waterfall. Down below, it's better view. Sorry, this is making you ill. There's our view out the right. Can you believe that they blasted this apart and they closed this and tried to destroy as much as they could? They blasted a living rock tunnel with living rock pillars, just like in the Alps. And they thought, oh, well, we're just going to close this in the 60s, and they destroyed it utterly. So what are they doing now? They are trying to rebuild it. Of course. And now they want to just make it like bicycles and stuff, but I think they should go motorized the whole way, and just certain times of the year, I think they should, do non-motorized, mixed use, like certain parts of the year, you just don't want to bicycle this or you're going to die. I mean, look at the ice. They should have events like Pioneer Days and wagon rides and ride your horse type stuff. And maybe like classic car type stuff where actual Model Ts go by, They need events, though, to keep the living communities on the brink of extinction here. Give some tourism back. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Absolutely. So where is the waterfall? I thought it was up here already. It's been a while since I've been here. And to the right is an actual private property and a ranch. Well, we'll eventually get to Vista House. So Vista House is a brick building, and any local here, I was telling you guys the doom story of all the things I thought about, and then like it ended up not being able to happen. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll go to the Vista House and show you guys one of the windiest spots in Oregon. They had to make it like an octagon because if it was a square building, it would have just ripped a. That is a telegraph pole to the right. I'm sorry, I can't show you. You'll just be sick. I just realized that. It's now a telephone pole, but it was originally telegraph. You can just tell. So anyway, Vista House is a brick building. It was a Works Public Administration project, if I remember right. It has some stained glass in it. It's pretty cool. Oh my God, there's a goat farm. There's a goat farm. How cute. And if they made it like square building, the roof would rip off. Just the same weekend, I was like, well, I'll go live from Vista House and show people that. That's when we had the storm, and Coin News went out there. And you should see them clinging to the railing and almost being blown off their feet, holding wind gauges and stuff. You can go to coin.com and check out that video. And I was like, am I going to go do that? Hell no. Hell no. Aha, finally we're at one of the waterfalls. Okay. This is going to be Bridal Veil, isn't it? Or is it Latourell? It's Talbot. Left turn. Stop. It's Latourell Falls. This is amazing. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Latourell Falls. Yeah, go ahead and park. I'll just hop out, show the people, then we gotta scram. Thank you, Z-Pro. Okay. Talbot State Park, whatever. All right, I'm getting sick because I'm looking through the screen instead of, Sorry, guys, I have to unplug it. Ugh. Okay. I'm totally doing a Shaz 73 impression. She does this. She goes, come walk with me. And I'm sorry, my selfie stick is malfunctioning right now. So, first of all, dang. It's all volcanic. And look at the bridge. Bridge is incredible. I've walked all the way under there and all that. I'm not going to walk there right now because of the spray getting on the camera, the freezing. but ooh. So there's a cave-like U-shape depression underneath it, and you can kind of walk behind the falls, if I remember right. There's several that are like this. Oh God, I'm cold already. I'm sorry about the wind noise. This is some blah blah blah. The falls in the past. Blah blah blah. That's a small bridge. Blah blah blah. Building the bridge that I just showed you. Blah 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 blah. You know, it's old. Okay. Have you seen enough of it already? Good. Because I'm cold. All right, we're going. All right. Okay. Oh God, I'm gonna slip. Woof, 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 woof. Okay. Okay, they're kind of pushing the car. Yeah, I wouldn't bring a two-wheel drive vehicle. You scrubs. I'm just kidding. Okay, but it's gorgeous if you want to do the walking trail. You can. I'm not. All right. So let's try to get the Cascade Locks. Maybe the sternwheeler thing is there. They may be shutting down the Cascade Locks sternwheeler. So I've never actually been on it. I've seen it. And Cascade Locks has like a visitor center and stuff. I hope I'm not getting pixelated. Has the image changed at all? Oh God, it's cold. Why is the air conditioning on? Okay. Yeah. So if we had been here at dawn or before noon, these waterfalls do freeze. I've got some video of that. Are you navigating? In a moment, he's taking a break. Can I please have some nuts? Yeah, all right. I should sell these. You guys donate so I can buy more nuts to my Blue Diamond Fund. Thank you. Sorry. This is brought to you by, no, they're not sponsoring me. They should. But these come from the Yuba County area, where I just was a while ago, before I left limping in poor health. I'll hand you some. You can ask. You are what you eat. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. I don't like selfie cam on the S22 Plus. It's kind of a bad angle, but it is what it is. It's way better than the big fat Ultra and the too tiny S22. It's just right. Okay. Actually, I'm too hot. All right, now I need air conditioning. So, he's cut all over his hands. I'm like, can we go now? And he's like, not touch the steering wheel of that. I can appreciate it. Okay, friends. So the plan is try to get to Cascade Locks, then maybe go over the Bridge of the Gods. I don't know when we're going to lose some daylight, but this will be a lovely, gorgeous drive. So with winter, it's a little hard because we lose daylight so much, so early. Getting up here, I've wanted to do this several weekends before, but you don't want to ever do this drive if it's not a dry day. Excuse me. Even getting out and just walking, like I'm a little dizzy right now. I have like a low red blood cell count. I haven't needed a transfusion or anything, but whew, I can sympathize with anybody on oxygen or anything. I'm so grateful C-Probe's here to drive me. Right, these are like the shortest days of the year, right? So it has to be perfect. It has to be below or at freezing. And then the waterfalls will have rime ice. They'll be completely encrusted. I mean, they won't freeze solid, of course, but around the edges, it's all going to be like this crazy iced over magical wonderland thing. All right, I'm going to put the camera back on now. You don't want to see me eat nuts anyway. Okay. Latourell Falls has a bathroom. I'm making a note here. Go to the right. Wait, are we going to Vista House? How far away is Vista House? Sorry. I'm discombobulated. How many?
2.4.
Okay, let's go. Okay, we're going to Vista House. And then we'll try to get back on the freeway to make it quick to Cascade Locks. This is more of a test than anything because this is my new S22 Plus. S23 is coming out in February, March. So I got the T-Mobile jump plan thing so that I can get the S23. I've had the worst problems just getting a phone in order. In order to do any of this, it's just a long, boring story. But I'm pretty impressed with T-Mobile. Have I pixelated it all? Oh wow, there's an old house down below us. It's kind of like a Victorian. That'll make you sick if I take it off the hook again, though. Latourell Road. Latourell is one of the ghost towns. I'll tell you the story that's a bit sad about Bridal Veil. Bridal Veil being a ghost town, of course. There was a town called Palmer. Up here to our left is called Larch Mountain, and it had amazing old growth trees on it, you know, before it was all cut down. And they used the Columbia River for their power before, you know, any sort of infrastructure was out here. Maybe to generate electricity, probably. And before there was any infrastructure out here, the river, of course, was the way to transport lumber, logs, and goods and people and equipment and stuff. So this is a very, very old section. Very old section of, very old historic district on the river. Geez. So there was Bridal Veil, the big sprawling mill, was down at the Columbia level, and it was like a finishing mill. Up at the top, they would make the rough cuts because it was really difficult at the top of this large mountain here to, you know, fell gigantically huge logs and then somehow get them down the mountain. So they put a little dam. I'm gonna die of heat. I'm somehow overheating. It's because there's so much heat in the car here. Hang on a second. Sorry if there's loudness. One moment. Ah. Oh yeah, it's a tragic story of fire. So Palmer was this like village at the top, and they had a huge dam. Sorry about the wind noise. And had like a mill pond, and so they would rough cut the planks, and they built a flume that went all the way down to Bridal Veil, and like right down the waterfall. It kind of obscured the waterfall, and it angered some people who wanted more of a natural viewpoint. But hey, there's like 60 waterfalls in the Columbia, so just take your pick. So the rough planks would ride the flume down to Bridal Veil, where they would be finished up and sent. So at one point in time, I think it was like 1922, 1925, something like that. Up here on the top of Larch Mountain, there was a big fire, and there were fatalities. And I don't know much of the circumstances. You'd have to go to archives about it. But Palmer apparently burned down twice, and I don't know which years, before becoming, you know, a ghost town itself and not really being rebuilt. There's a Palmer Road that I need to explore better, but the moment that I was about to explore all this to see if there's anything left, like any remains, I've seen old postcards and old pictures. That's when that crazy big wildfire happened, 2017 or whatever. Wasn't that called the Eagle Creek or whatnot? And that burned down this entire area behind us up on the hill where Palmer used to be. And so there's rumors that there's old like pump handles for wells and stuff like in the forest just with moss and stuff. There used to be the remains of the flumes and the trestles and such, and the train tracks. There were more than 16 miles of train tracks up here. Maybe 60, because I'm numbers dyslexic. Where steam trains used to do the logging. They sometimes you can kind of look in the woods and see where trees in a straight line are a bit younger, and that's about the only way you can tell where the train tracks used to be. So ironically, just before I was about to investigate something, a big wildfire destroys something. Isn't that the story of my life? Because, you know, oh my God, there's the moon over there. Can we stop right here by up in there, the clearing, so I can look to the right? See, probe. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, wow. Yeah, stop. Okay. Oh, wow, guys. Okay, I gotta unplug this. Sorry. Wow. Just drink that in. It's the moon. It's the moon. So we were down there. We just climbed this high. We were down there at Bridal Veil's, you know, like there or so. Amazing. Isn't this gorgeous? See, probe is nodding. Yeah. And you know what? I think we see some of the wildfire burn scar just to our left. Look at that. That looks kind of devastated. I'm not sure, sorry, where exactly. I haven't looked at a map. I wasn't doing wildfire tracking back then. I was just, you know, not like you know me now. You know what I mean? It was one of the things that made me want to get into it, like just being incredulous and nobody knew what to do and all that stuff. So I just want to point out the craftsmanship of the road is pretty incredible. This is all the, you know, turn of the century Teddy Roosevelt type stuff. There's a huge full moon, and in person it's bigger. It's a tiny dot for you guys. But this is also like lava, old lava from eons ago. You could see it's weeping a rust, so it's definitely iron impregnated. But I do believe this could be some wildfire burn scar above us. So the wind's picking up. Woo! All right, let's continue. Thank you for that. Please contribute gas money if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Very grateful. I will do more of these if I get some gas money. Okay. Hit the like button and sub for more, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, guys. Have to do it, otherwise people forget. I'm so grateful for you guys' prior donations at the pumpkin patch. That's why we're here. And we should be getting to the Vista House soon. And that'll probably be a windy mess. I don't know how much you'll be able to hear me. Yeah, this is all burned wildfire stuff. This has got to be the eagle, whatever that was that burned down the gorge. See how it swept through? It's many years later, but it's still all burned up, and the scars here. Wow, that view. So this is very rare that you'll be able to do this. Please don't come to the gorge when it's freezing thinking, oh, this is a great idea, when it is at all wet. It has to be a dry day. The snow was yesterday. Today was absolutely dry. There's Vista House. If you come when it's wet and icy, you're just going to perish or get stuck out here. It's no joke. They close. There's a mile marker that's concrete. They close the well, it's a highway, but it's basically a freeway. Wow, the fire came right up to the Vista House. I had no idea, but you could just tell all these are not dormant plants. They're dead. For the most part. Okay, let's pause here. Stop. Okay, before we go up there, I'll show you the bridge you just came through. For a little bit. Please. Thank you. A little bit more. Wow. Just wow. Okay, I want to point out that bridge. Look at that craftsmanship. Yeah, that's a steep drop off. Goodness gracious. But people take those, danger selfies. Okay, that's a lot of wind. Sorry, friends. Now we're gonna go up the curly Q up there. I'm gonna lean back. Go ahead. So this is one of the windiest spots in Oregon, and I have videos of myself. 1917, it says. I have videos of myself just screaming into the microphone and trying to hang on to the rails. This will slide you off your feet. I mean, they record record winds over 100 pretty routinely here. Oh, we're in the golden hour. It's gonna be cool, guys. Just wait for it. Car sickness is gonna be worth the wait. We gotta park up there. Oh, they blocked it off. Wow, it's gotta be from the wind. Yeah, exactly, big dog. Exactly. Now, somewhere here was an old, kind of like a ranch house place that presidents dined back in the day. Woo! And it's no longer here, but people like Teddy Roosevelt and such. Oh, look, there's a plane that took off from PDX or whatever. It's climbing and banking real hard. Gorgeous. Okay, let me put down the phone. I'm gonna suit up, get my actual coat on for this. So hang on. It's gonna be cold. The wind is gonna be so crazy that I may just not bother talking and just kind of show you around the Vista House, and then we're gonna come right back because actually I don't know if I can walk up to it. It looks really icy. We'll see what we can do. And we want to try to make it to Cascade Locks in a second. So let me put on my coat. Ugh! Baby, it's cold outside. Put on my layers. Oh God. It's a terrible idea to come here. Didn't I just say I didn't want to come? Yeah, you don't want. You don't want. Okay, close your eyes if you're gonna get car sick. I've got to put the selfie stick on. Noise when I put this up, it mutes. Hopefully, it's not gonna be good. So I'm just gonna do a quick walk, and if I turn around, it's because it's too icy to get purchased. So close your eyes if you get car sick. I've got to put this thing in this thingy. Robe is cutting the tags off of his snow gloves. He's like, "Do I really need these?" And I'm like, "Yes, you do." Sorry for looking up the nose hair. I'm in the freezing cold in the wind like I didn't want to be. This windy, I could go. Okay. Get back over to the car, and it's there. It's we're the only suckers out here. All right, back in. That's enough for me. That's good. Feels good. Okay, Vista House. Check. Okay, hang on. Can you hear me now? Rising guy stuff. Yeah, Big Dog would know the elevation. He's very knowledgeable about this region. Okay, yeah, the wind's really picked up. And some miserable people, hi there, are waving at me and walking by. Oh, that's fogging up. Let's get the foggy thing on. Okay. All right, so I think if we go, well, maybe we'll just trust your navigation. Wait, I'm going to be sick if we move before I get all situated. Okay, can you guys hear me still? I mean, I really was getting sick. Just looking at the thing, you know. Okay, I may have to like adjourn if I get sicker than this. Yeah, 733 feet, yeah. So, yeah, it's a great day to fly a kite. People do that windsurfing kite thingy stuff. It's almost a full moon. This is so gorgeous. Yeah, Wes will take us to Corbett. How do we get back to the freeway fast? Because we want to try to make it to Cascade Locks.
Siri's on it.
Okay, we're just going to trust Siri. Go whichever way Siri wants. We'll do that. Okay, friends. Yeah. So, warning about the Vista House. Excuse me. Warning about the Vista House. There's no damn bathroom. I mean, there is in there, and there's stained glass, and there's like a museum that's tiny, and there's visitor center, blah blah. It's never been open like once in my entire life. I think once I've ever lived here. And when you need a bathroom, it will not be open. And they shut it down when it's windy, but that's when everybody wants to come here. Whoa. Somebody drove off the cliff. Holy shnikes. There's a chunk of the guardrail missing. Okay, we're going to go back to, you know, Beauty Vision. There's a giant missing piece of this concrete guardrail back there, and I hope they didn't go off the edge. That was not here last time we were here. Yeah, C Pro is saying it might have just disintegrated because it was old. I just restored this, so who knows? So what was I talking about? Yeah, Cascade. There's a train down there at the bottom. Cascade Locks has a stern wheeler, and they may shut it down. And I've never been on it before, so I'll have to try to figure this out. if anybody can, go patronize it so it doesn't shut down. As beautiful as all this is, most of the actual towns were up here on the elevation, adjoining the original highway. And when they made the 1960s or whatever that was freeway down below, the towns up here died. You see the remains of like ancient, 1930s gas stations and stuff. They're just kind of sitting around neglected, and there's still people that live here. People mostly, moved to actual Cascade Locks and those Corbett, Troutdale, the surviving towns. But they need help. They need economic help. And this has been a great idea to restore this gorgeous drive. But Oregon, the government in their stupidity destroyed a whole lot that should not have been. And it's just they're taking their sweet time with rebuilding it. So I try to say, go out here and you just spend money, just buy something. Cascade Locks has a nice visitor center thing, but it's Stern Wheeler actually docks. Oh, there's Rooster Rock down there, guys. Oh, let me show you Rooster Rock. Oh, dang it. Can't see it anymore. I'm sorry. You can Google up Rooster Rock. My bad. So we're going west now. We're going to try to make our way down to I-84 just for speed to try to get to Cascade Locks. But go to Troutdale and Corbett. They've got amazing historical downtowns. Reconnecting. Okay, sorry for dropping. Okay, can anybody hear us? Are we back? Tell me if you can hear me now. Just as they opened the tunnel and everything, the big fire hit, and then COVID hit. So this triple whammy of, oh God, has really devastated the communities up here. Okay, cool. And it did that every moment of the 4th of July. To YouTube. I have to stop looking at the screen. I'm going to be puking on you guys real fast. Now, what was I saying? I'm sorry, guys. I'm pretty ill. If anybody wants to get T-Mobile for any reason, just know, and I have a referral code, and that'll support me. This is actually taking it out of me. We'll have another update on my health stream later. This has been a good experiment so far, I think. Well, I think so. I'll try to make everything steady and get improvement. But this was a spur of the moment kind of a let's go kind of a deal. Oh my gosh, the roof's caving in on that old abandoned cabin. Wow. Oh wow. Okay. I gotta lean back here. Corbett Country Market. How cute. Ugh. Oh yeah, 2I-84. Perfect. Okay. Yep, we're in Corbett. Corbett was evacuated, I think, during that massive wildfire. Now, you guys can Google this image of the wildfire. There's guys who are playing golf and nonchalantly, right? And behind them, up in the hills, is this massive raging wildfire. And they're acting like it's just another Tuesday. It's an optical illusion, kind of a Pulitzer Prize winner. I mean, I don't think it won the Pulitzer, but it should have. Because it's so compelling. It's just Google guys playing golf and wildfire. It's an optical illusion because they're on the Washington side of the river, but you can't see the river, so they're like extremely far away from it. But it looks like this wildfire is right behind them, and they should be running for their lives. The kid was eventually found who started the fire. There was a witness. Yeah, thanks, big dog. We've got it in low, and we're on all-wheel drive lock. It's nice and dry, so the ice is like sticky dry. And please never come here on a day that is wet. This is one of those rare times when it snowed the day before, but all day it's been dry. If you try to do this to film the Icy Winter Wonderland, it's a terrible idea if it's ever been a day where it's been wet. Oregon does not salt roads, if you're wondering. It would just destroy the bridges and stuff, and it's an agricultural state. It would just the salt runoff would just kill everything that would go in the streams, and it would kill the fish and the salmon and stuff. So when it does snow in the lowlands, they just typically just shut down and say, skip work a few days, skip school a few days. It's pretty unusual to have lowland, snow. I mean, this is 700 feet-ish. But this is La Nina, so the Pacific Northwest typically gets wetter and colder winter. But asterisk, La Nina is always the wild card event. El Nino is pretty dang predictable. La Nina is not. This is acting more like your typical one because it's been cold and wet. Oh, I'm going to be car sick. Oh, God. Okay. It's because I'm looking down at the screen and not at the horizon. So I'm just going to chill and look at the horizon, roll down the window, and bleh, bleh. Sorry about the wind noise. I got to have air. Okay, friends. I hope to get a steadier cam sort of a thing. But right now, you won't believe it. It's a $4.99 truck stop cell phone holder. It's like silicone with that rubber mat backing stuff that like leaves a stain on your dash if you leave it there too long. But hey, it works. Sort of. Just last week, we still had like fall colors. You could still see the leaves changing because we had such a long Indian summer, or I should say a long summer. I don't know what the politically correct word is now for that. Friendly sheriff to help people, the tourists who get stuck. So speed 40, yeah, right. We're in low gear, yeah. He'll probably not make that. So we're almost down back to the, sorry about the wind noise, guys, the freeway. I keep looking at the screen to look at chat. I need an assistant and a driver. Cheryl says, yeah, we use road salt up there. Yeah, I imagine. I think they do that pretty typically in the East Coast and stuff. But Portland's bridges would fall apart. I mean, there's just bridges everywhere in Oregon that they would not be able to maintain and afford. There's this rail track is active. Okay, here's what I mean, guys. Here's the remains of ghost towns. This is the old highway, old stores and old businesses boarded up, and because the freeway bypassed it. But once, oh boy, people pushing their cars and stuff over there. You could still see the remains of like ancient gas stations and stores from bygone era. I wonder if they need some help. I'm not very helpful right now. Yeah. Oh, that's not good for tires. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll go to the Hood River. Yeah. Sign. I'm not sure that we should be on this. Well, you know, it's dry tonight. I had this feeling that maybe we should turn back for Portland, but let's push it. Let's go to Cascade Locks. Out. Because this looks real dry on the freeway. Now this is the Oregon Trail basically. The South Pass is where I-84 goes towards Idaho, and that was discovered by the John Jacob Astor's Overland Party, if you want to Google that. And that was not something Lewis and Clark found, but once John Jacob Astor's party found it, 1810 or so, that allowed pioneer wagons to come over. I mean, the Snake River route was awful. Yeah, there's a big train tunnel. That's very active. There's also a train on the north side, and there's a highway on the north side, but it's much narrower and it's a bit terrifying because the highway tunnels, if you're like, oh, there's Rooster Rock, guys, on the left-hand side. It's got a little snow cap. Vista House is above us. We've come full circle. This is where I started streaming, and I was like, hey, there's Vista House. Rooster Rock is behind the green trees right now. If you look at the 1800s pictures, the train went in between Rooster Rock. And I wonder if I can fly my drone up to the top. Yes, thank you, Big Dog. Yeah, we're going east on I-84 towards Cascade Locks, past Rooster Rock. Now there's like a penny postcard tour of the Columbia River, and you can Google that, and it has all the 1800s postcards. There's some big names that were here in photography. Watkins, if you've ever heard of him, he came out here with his 3D camera, taking stereo views, and he must have been on a steamboat or something, or maybe the train, because you know what, the train was here. It was the 1880s or so, 1890s. The poor guy. Oh, I'm trying to stay safe. Hello, hi there. I can't read chat very well. I'm gonna puke over everybody. Oh, hey sister, hi. I was gonna call you. C-Probe's driving. So he's so super. He's been helping take care of me and my mom as well. You tell I'm out of breath. I haven't. It's not like I've been in a marathon. Oh man. What was I talking about? Watkins. Now he was a superstar box camera photographer and one of the living legends of the Wild West. He's got some of the first images of the West. It was in stereo views, which meant it was in 3D. They were in black and white, and he used glass plate negatives. Sister says hi, C-Pro. Ah, don't poke me in the eye. Oh my God, he almost poked me in the eye trying to wave at the camera. And okay, he's doing a tent. And his headquarters was in San Francisco. When 1906 came around, you know what happened? He went into his shop to see if it survived the quake, and all of his glass negatives were shattered on the floor. So he was a ruined man, but thank goodness, since he had made so many postcards and stuff, his work survived in prints, but most of them are the size of like a silver doll. Can you guys hear me again? Oh goodness. Why did we not lose signal in the middle of nowhere, but we do down here? Oh, you guys are back. Okay, cool. It's about all I can do with my my level of tiredness here. But I want to show you guys Cascade Locks and see if the stern wheeler is there. I think I saw it in Portland, but maybe there's two of them. Cascade Locks is a ghost town itself. The 1861 flood was the worst that Oregon ever had. It went over New Year's and Christmas. erased dozens of towns in Oregon, Washington, Willamette River, the Columbia River. There was a town called the Cascades and then Fort Cascades, and they were just erased. So were places like Lynn City across from Oregon City. Never heard of it, because it washed away one night. You've never heard of, say, Washington, over by Longview, a place called Monticello that was erased in the same flood. Places like New Orleans you never heard of, on the Willamette, Lincoln, just kind of erased. More on that later. There's a book called Ghosts of the River, which is awesome. It explains all that. It was kind of eye-opening. But the 96 floods, the 1894 floods, pale in comparison to what happened in 1861. So, but going back to Cascade Locks, it's like the third iteration of the town. Cascades was the first one because it was a waterfall before all the dams. The Indians used to fish there. And it sucks that the dams submerged it, like Celio Falls. It was a place where it was really important to them. It was like they had their yearly fairs there and got most of their food for winter and such, and the winter runs. Took away their livelihood to build the dams. But Cascades, I think, was the first town in Fort Cascades when it was like an actual fort, Wild West fort. Both of them washed away in a flood, and then Cascade Locks is the third iteration of the town when they blasted apart the rocks to make a locks, and then the locks got nullified anyway once the dams came. But Oregon's first steam train, called the Pony, is on display at Cascade Locks. It's a cute little thing. And it's like the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. It's adorable. And, oh, you know what, guys? Beaver Mafia. I bet they're repairing Beaver Mafia damage. Oh, God, there's wildfire damage. You can see it. I know we're going too fast, but those focus on the black trees up there. This is so much like the Caldor fire, like at Tahoe. This is where it burned with that stupid kid with the fireworks. There's a waterfall. It's actually completely frozen. Wow. It's not flowing. Holy crap. Excuse me, I stand corrected. Some of these waterfalls do freeze and don't flow. So you can see all the fire burn damage and the fire scar. Oh, and icy pond that's beautiful. What was I talking about? Is that a cave? That's a cave, guys. There's got to be so much history and like paleo history here that is yet to be explored. Yeah, you can see up there is all wildfire dead trees at the top there. Oh, Multnomah Falls. Oh God, I missed it, guys. Oh crap. Okay, we'll just have to come back one day. I can't do this, so I'm gonna be ill. I'm gonna lean back. Okay. Whew. This is gorgeous. I'm glad we're still driving this, aren't you? Yeah. Look at that moon. Wow. Cool. Just drink it in, guys. You can still hear me, right? We reconnected okay? Good. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for all your donations. Why am I not in Tahoe? There's been another blizzard there. That's why I'm not in Tahoe. Jeez. Hey, there's a barge on the Columbia. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Big Dog says the Eagle Creek fire was 48,000. What? 48,000? Wait a second. What? No way. Oh, the moon's poking out. But you know what? It's overexposed. It's actually much brighter and huger than the YouTube version of the camera app is letting us know. Goodness gracious. Okay, thanks, Big Dog. That surprises me a lot. But you know what? It jumped the Columbia, didn't it? You see how wide this is? from this hilltops up to the right, it jumped the entire Columbia River and went over to the left area. You can't see the enormity right now. Okay, I'm gonna, at the risk of making myself sick again. Hey, C-Pro, see how far away that is? It jumped the Columbia. That's what embers can do. They can go and start up there and go all the way across Columbia River. That's what happened at Tahoe. At Echo Summit, it went all the way across Christmas Valley and then headed for Nevada. Okay, I'm gonna get sick, but I'm doing this again because you can just see this burn scar. This is horrifyingly bad. Now, Oregon's pretty dang soggy, but every once in a while, the forest out here gets dry enough, just a couple of weeks, where if there's going to be a wildfire, it's going to be horrifically bad. So in the 1920s and 30s, they had it, probably because of the Dust Bowl. Look at all this. This is all dead trees. Almost nothing alive at the top there. Now, this dead at the top, middle is some of the green strips are the living trees, and then down here at the base, mostly dead. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm definitely sick now. We're gonna just plant that there. I have never been here in daylight and seen the aftermath before. I've driven it at night a bunch of times. I missed it. And so I can't read chat much at all. I'm just going to lean over and puke. Dramamine next time. C-Pro, remind me. Oh, God. When he was flying me around Tahoe, one day, we lost an entire day of filming because I have a confession, right? Went to the Placerville airport. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I was going to leave a note. And boy, did I puke my guts out in the women's room and clogged their toilet. I searched everywhere. It's after hours, you know, the airport was unattended. And I wanted to unclog it. I mean, man, it was the smell that it must have been like the next day. Oh, God, I feel bad. And so as I was walking around looking for a toilet plunger, you know, I felt it again. And I ran back into the bathroom and clogged their other toilet. And then I felt real bad. And I'm sorry. I owe you guys a gift card or something to like a dinner or something. I should probably mail one. Yeah, and then I looked up in the mirror and I had broken every blood vessel around my cheekbones and eyes from the pressure of puking. And so I couldn't be live because I looked like I was on my deathbed with I looked like I was cracked out, man. And oh God, that was just terrible. But I realized that from that moment on, I have to have Dramamine. And I thought this would be okay. I was the scenic destination. It looks beautiful, and that was the problem I had when I was in Tahoe in December. Is I went there to film wildfire devastation. It was supposed to be sad, and it was beautiful with snow. Same problem. I'm sorry, I can't change the horizon tilt. Oh, I'm gonna be ill. Whoa! How far? Whoa! Go. Just how far is it to?
5 miles.
How many?
5.
5. Okay, 5 miles to Cascade Locks. Holy crap! It's a huge bird. I can't show you the huge bird. Whoa! I think it was a bald eagle, guys. Up to the right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hang there. There's a lot of osprey here. I'm just going to look straight ahead. Straight ahead. I think we're going to stop, and then I'm going to try to not be ill. I may have to drive back. Whew. Okay, guys. So, how much more can I babble about? Bonneville Dam. Okay, guys. If I can fundraise, can you still hear me? We're reconnected again. If I can fundraise, I want to go see Herman the sturgeon. He's a celebrity fish. Not making this up. Herman the sturgeon is, God, he's like 80 something years old or something like that. Now, when they built Bonneville Dam in the 40s, a sturgeon went up into the fish ladder and decided he liked it there. So they gave him an affectionate name, Herman. And then year after year after year, he was just chilling there. So finally, they decided that they would capture him every year and take him to the Oregon State Fair in Salem. God, look at the moon. This is just gorgeous. And, you know, kids got to know him. And there's all kinds of school trips to Bonneville Dam. I might have done one. I remember going to the Cascade Locks fish hatchery, which is a cool thing. My classmates were kind of stupid. I mean, bless their hearts, stupid. Bonneville Dam's to our left there. You see all the big power stuff there? The power line before it. He's 77 years old. Wow. So sometimes he hides behind logs and stuff, but oftentimes you can go see him. And I do want to check that off my list. Sturgeon can be extremely old. They never really stop growing. And so there's old pictures of turn of the century of people catching, 22 feet long sturgeon. Oh God, don't do that. I will lean over to your lap and peer. Okay, I'm trying to stay the camera. Sorry, friends. Okay. Yeah, it says fish hatchery exit right there. Okay. So, yeah, they're dinosaur fish. They're older than the dinosaurs. Like a coelacanth. Oh, don't worry. It'll tell you where there's a turnoff. It'll say Cascade Locks. Yeah, to the right, there's the fish hatchery. And by the way, before I go on to the Herman story, the fish hatchery during that year of the fire, what was that, 2018? Was that 2019? I can't remember. Big dog, help me out. The fire was coming towards the fish hatchery, so they dumped them all into the Columbia. They had no other choice. They weren't ready yet. Okay, back to my story about my classmates. I think we were in 6th grade. We take the bus out here. I was living in Oregon by that time, not California. And I already knew everything about salmon. We raised salmon in our classroom in California. And we got little eggs, and they hatched into the, amoebas or whatever they call it. Just kidding, guys. When they're embryonic stage, I can't remember what that's called. It's because I have no red blood cells right now and no oxygen. Anyway, then they become fry, and they do their stages of development, right? And then as fry, you're supposed to release them into the river because they memorize the smell of the river. Then they go out to sea, and then they come back. And when the river smells right, they decide to lay their eggs there, or spawn their eggs there. Excuse me. So at the fish hatchery, they like truck them to different spots on any river, any fish hatchery, so that the fish don't go back to one spot, because that's not going to be a good place. A good thing if they all try to nest in one spot. There's only so many good places to put a fish nest. Yeah, next exit here. So, Cascade Locks, one of the best kept secret of Oregon, is a wonderful little small town. We're going to head on over to the visitor center, which is going to be closed because I have to use the bathroom. But they have a dock, and I don't think the stern wheeler is there. That's the Bridge of the Gods ahead of us. Hey, should we go across it? It's a toll bridge, and that's irritating, but we could. Coin toss, visitor center. Yeah, let's just go down to visitor center. That's going to be icy right now. I'm going to veto that. We'll do
freeze this before road.
Right, yeah, just like the signs say. Okay, so I want to tell you about my foolish classmate, adorably foolish classmates. I know what happens to salmon. It's a one-way trip back to the river, right? They're not going home to the ocean. They take care of their eggs, they die, and their bodies feed their little babies by providing macronutrients into the blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're not going to do the bridge. I just realized it's too icy. Oh, that market is still there. Most of these businesses almost failed because of the fire. The fire got very close to here. So glad Cascade Locks is still here. We are so fortunate this town still exists. So it's very much like it was in the 60s. Yeah. Oh God, I'm actually gonna puke. Okay, don't try not to break like that. Left. Here? Yeah. Marine Park. There it is. We'll be going underneath like a bridge, a tunnel thing. Okay, nice and easy. We'll have to stop because puke time is upon us. Okay, so anyway, we go into the fish hatchery. And there's adult salmon in the fish hatchery. And my 6th grade, pals are watching the fish get anesthetized. Breathe. Yes. Okay, I'm breathing. And so the fish start floating up, and they go belly up in their little tank. And we were watching this conveyor belt, literally. The fish hatchery workers grab the adult salmon and put them on the conveyor belt, where we get this real like up close and personal look at these fish, right? Some of my classmates start naming them. I just flabbergasted, like, I'm sorry, what? Okay, see the museum to the left? It's kind of cool. But yeah, let's still in the headlights, it's still visible. There's the train. That thing to the right is the train. I'll get out and show you guys in a minute if I feel like I won't puke. So there's a tiny museum. That's not the visitor center. The visitor center is over by the water. But go that way. Continue, please. And don't hesitate, just like try to accelerate, because it's the slowing down that's going to make me sick. The locks over to the right. They don't function because they don't need to. I've got to pee. Okay, let's stop. Let's see if that restroom is open. Because I just realized I have to pee. Okay, anyway, I'm going to finish the story, and I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope you have enjoyed this excursion with me and Sea Probe. I'm really out of it because I'm anemic right now. I'll have a stream about my health situation later. It's going to be graphic, but I expected to be fixed up with surgery by now, and they have no idea what's wrong with me. I met with a surgeon. He goes, actually, no, we don't know what's going on. Anyway, back to my friend's, my classmate story. So the fish go by in a conveyor belt, and they're, X's across the ice. They're anesthetized, but they ain't going to wake up from this, so they can't feel nothing. And they start naming him, and I go, no, friends, no, don't just, because down the way, there's these people with these gloves on and these knives, right? So one person is the salmon flipper. They flip him over so it's belly, all the bellies are facing the people on the conveyor belt. And then they grab the head and they grab the tail, and the knife goes across the belly. And out come the roe, out comes the roe. The eggs. Many eggs. And so the roe gets put in bins and stuff, and the now X across the eyes salmon go into a bin. Nothing's wasted. No. And so the salmon are out of water now and eviscerated. And so the teacher's trying to say, this is what happens to salmon. Notice that there's only roe, and the male, it's white. I'm just going to leave it at that for spawning. It's collected the roe here and the white male stuff there. And can you guys still hear me? I don't see chat at all happening. Maybe everybody tuned out. So that's when my classmates start asking, some of them know, and their eyes are like, did we just see that? And it's just going, and it's just going, and it's just going. Okay, thanks. Fish after fish after fish is going by on the conveyor belt. It's like German efficiency on this conveyor belt. The way that they're just gutting and squeezing out the eggs. And that's what some of them ask. You gonna put them back in the water? My teacher's trying to explain they have no intestines anymore. Salmon are making a one-way trip to spawn and die. So they don't need to eat. They don't. They live off their fat that they accumulate in the ocean. They still, you can catch salmon by reeling them in because they still have an instinct to bite and chase. That doesn't go away. But they don't have a stomach anymore. It dissolves in them and they absorb it into their body, and so it's just eggs and their male stuff. So they're not going to survive, and that the whole point was to show this. That's when some of my classmates just are like, they're just not getting it. They're going, are they going to be okay? You got to put them back in the water? No. And I'm just like, did you guys not pay attention in class? Yeah, but oh well. It was kind of upsetting. My teacher wasn't ready for the tears. Yeah, well, but they make their sacrifice. Salmon for all. Now it's too dark to show you the train. Sorry, guys. And I may actually puke here. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe. And we'll do more of this again. I hope to do a good, I've been saying this for more than a year now. I feel terrible. An actual naming people thank you stream. And I'll show you guys what I've got to improve with the computer and stuff. But I've been sick as a dog. Just pretty gravely ill. But this is a good sign. We can do something, And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And hit the ringing bell because sometimes YouTube turns that off. God, thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm so grateful for your donations. I've used it well on Black Friday and such. I've been now without income for more than a month. So it means the world to me. Oh, hi, Spitty. Yeah. And that's the thing is sometimes turning it off, turning it back on again seems to fix the notification thing. I couldn't give anybody a heads up because we were just losing daylight. But yeah, I hope to do many more things like this where we take an excursion. And we'll have a health stream, and then we'll have which is going to be graphic, question and answer time. And then a thank you stream. And then hopefully I can show you some of what I filmed when I was there in summertime, which I cut abruptly short because of my health. And it's kind of, I got freaked out a little bit when the doctor said I could have had some internal bleeding for months. I haven't needed a blood transfusion or anything yet, but kind of it may be getting there. So I don't just disappear for no damn reason. I meant to keep in touch. It's been like, oh, I bet I'll feel better tomorrow and I'll go live or something, Surgery's it was all but scheduled, and then I'll just go live. And then I would get up and walk across the room and nearly faint, So, but I didn't want to be alarming. But then again, silence is alarming. So I'm not dying. So that we know. Um, so far, tests have been like everything's good. So just what the hell's wrong? I don't know. So thank you for understanding, and I love you all. And I'm gonna go puke and then drive home. No, I don't think I'm driving home, but we'll figure something out. Maybe if I go to sleep in the back seat, I'll be okay. Thanks, John. Hey, I hope we got back. I hope you guys are well too. This has been it's one of those hard years again. COVID's not gone. Everybody's sick. Go pee. Okay, fine, I will. If this bathroom isn't open, I'm just gonna. There's bushes, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm babbling now. Good night, guys. Thank you for being here, and stay safe. Like, subscribe, and donate. Just kidding.